Welcome back to another video on Field of Play TV. As you can see, we've got our fantastic guest in the studio.
That's nice.
No, it's lovely to have you back, man. Obviously, we've done the first one, you know, online, back in the stew. What are you telling me, Sanch? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Here,
You're good.
as
You're in your United gear.
always.
Your fan is functioning properly.
I'm feeling nice.
No, that's good, man. So yeah, no, we're gonna touch on. Obviously, we spoke on pre-season, and I think at that time it was based on like, I think we weren't even anywhere near the transfer window finishing. Like we didn't even know. Casemiro wasn't in. I don't think Anthony was in either.
No, because we were talking about Sancho.
Deep hit. Yeah, deep hit. That's mad. So yeah, a lot to kind of touch on. Firstly, how do you think the season's gone, Moyo? What are you saying?
I think it's gone. Do you know what it is? Before the season started, I said the aim should be top 4 in the trophy, and I feel like if I'm going off that, then I'll say so far we've been working towards that. We're well on track to potentially do that.
Did you genuinely think that though? As
What,
in like,
top 1?
yeah.
I thought we weren't gonna get. I thought we weren't even gonna get top. To be honest with you, I thought like at that point we hadn't even made any signings, or like we'd made one, maybe Malacia.
Yeah, I think.
And I was thinking that ain't gonna be enough. That's not gonna be enough. I was thinking about Varane's injury records, and I was thinking, yeah, it's looking tight. So I was like top 4, but when I was thinking about that, I wasn't thinking about Newcastle being a potential threat. I was thinking top 4 out of the usual top 6. And even then, I was struggling to figure out like who was gonna drop out if we were gonna get in. But yeah, I feel like we're on track to do what I thought we would do. There's still bits that we need to work on in terms of depth, but like in terms of what I thought our goals would be, I feel like we're on track for that.
It's funny because I remember asking you two, what you guys saying? Are you positive coming into the season? And I was the only one optimistic. I wasn't optimistic thinking we were gonna do a mad thing, but I was just like, new manager, like you know what I mean? Like things could, be different. Yeah, no, it was.
I was probably the most negative.
Yeah.
I was probably the most negative out of all of them, out of all of us, to be honest. I didn't think we'll do anything of the likes. I'm talking the bare basics as well. I'm talking like some of the performances I've seen that I've never in a million years I think would pull up some of the performances. Some of the obviously Casemiro is a game changer, but yeah, even down to the small little details of going to an away ground and dominating the ball. I never ever even saw that. Yeah. So, bro, I'm probably the happiest right now.
Nah, I feel you. What do you think has been the key to our improvements this season?
I think it's that Ten Hag's attention to detail in terms of like doing the basics. As Sanch was saying, like I remember points last season, like we couldn't even string 3 passes together. No. It would genuinely do my head in. Like I don't like, because people kept saying, "Oh, Ranić this, Ranić that," but that's not about Ranić. That's just about you're a footballer. So I'm pretty sure you should be able to do this within your job spec. But like. Yeah, I'd probably say that just in terms of actually, I can see patterns of play. I can see what the team's trying to do, even if execution is a bit off at times. Yeah. But yeah, that's probably the most impressive thing for me, anyway.
What about you, Sanch? What would you say?
Again, I'll go basics again, and I'm just you'd think it's basic, but because it's not been done at our football club for like 10 years, it's stuff like dropping Rashford for stepping out of line. Yeah. The way he dealt with Ronaldo, which I even thought he was a bit lenient in some senses. I think that having that, it just trickles down throughout everything. So just having that, and I genuinely think it's a basic quality to have what he's doing, but we've not had it for 10 years, and people are just will go out on a Saturday or on a Sunday and just be like, we'll see how it goes today, and if we win, we win. If we lose, we lose. You get it. So, but today, man, no. If I'm late to a meeting, I'm not playing. It doesn't matter who it is. So imagine a player like Malacia seeing Rashford walk in late and not play. He knows now he can't step out of line. It's long. So just having that, everyone on their toes, everyone working hard, even after Brentford, made them run the distance that Brentford ran more. And he even got involved. Stuff like that. We've played football, innit? Like, just seeing that from the superiors, you're going to want to do more. So just that for me, that's all I'm gonna mention. Obviously, we could go all day about how he's tactically and the people that will come in, but just having that as a base is one of the main reasons we're seeing what we're seeing right now.
No, I agree with both of you, actually. I think both points is kind of what I would have said in terms of he's just managed to make everything fit. Like, everything you think a gaffer will do, like, he's doing it, but he's doing more.
Because we never had that.
Literally, bro.
Literally,
It's so funny.
Literally, you got Shaw coming out after game saying,
we were taking a mick.
a mick. You got other people, Bruno, saying we didn't have, like, it wasn't
discipline before. We didn't have.
So it's like, if the players know that, who are they to folk up or act more pattern for a manager that's, you know what I'm trying to say? That's not demanding the basics. But yeah, I got the table in front of me now. So we're sitting third, 3 points behind City. 1 point in front of Newcastle. And literally 4 points clear of fifth. So right now, I would say it's the halfway stage of the season.
Yeah, it is.
Obviously, Liverpool and Chelsea have underperformed massively. They're on 29 points, 8th and 10th. So my question to you two is, do you think that it's being overplayed, our success per se? Because you know our success is winning titles, but in terms of off the back of last season, our worst ever Premier League season, do you think it's being overplayed because of the teams that are poor right now? Or, you know, do you think it's more of us?
I think it's half and half, to be honest, because I'm looking at some of the, like, I saw people saying on Twitter, like, oh, like, this is the run that United fans were hyping and stuff like that, but we dropped points in those games last season. So, like, those teams, there's more of those type of teams than the big six. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's more of those sorts of games that you have to win. Like, if anything, those are the games that Arsenal, for example, have been winning.
Yeah.
And that's why they are where they are.
Yeah.
Like, maybe if we didn't look at those first two games as being minor games, then maybe we wouldn't be in this position as we speak now. Yeah, I feel like it is being, obviously people aren't performing near us, but at the same time, we're doing what needs to be done in terms of beating who's come in front of us. And also, I hate the, like, oh, but they've only beat this. We've only lost one team. We've only lost to one game against the big six, which was the 6-3 at the Etihad. Other than that, we've beaten Liverpool, we've beaten City, we've beaten Arsenal, we've beaten Spurs, and we drew against Chelsea in a game that we probably should have won.
100%.
So, yeah.
And that's Jermaine Pennant the other day was saying, look who we've beat, and exactly what you just said. I'm like, bro.
He said that, and then we went to beat City the next day.
Yeah. And I was just like, bro, what they don't understand is that these are the games that what happened on Wednesday. In that run that we had would have happened about 2-3 more times.
Yeah.
Away at Wolves, away at who else we had, a Forest Bournemouth game. I can just imagine us drawing that game instead of winning. So yeah, that's another one. It's just beating what's in front of us. And there's been we're going into games now and just like, yeah, I expect to win. There's not this. Do you get what I'm saying? So
when a draw feels like that, genuinely a loss, because I was if you saw me on Twitter, oh my days, that's the first time in the season where I've just back to back, I'm just going off, because I was genuinely proper disappointed. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it felt like we got done 3-0. Do you know what I mean? So that shows the improvement to, like, our season just by that. I feel like that was a common consensus with the fan base. Everyone was disappointed, you know, and it wasn't because of this title challenge stuff that people are trying to put us in.
Drag us into,
You get what I'm saying? It was genuine because, like, the progress has been so high that
you'd want to win again, innit?
You know what I mean? So
it's like I said, it's just like Moyo said. Actually, it's just what's in front of us. Literally, we can't overthink it. Like Liverpool, bear in mind we're 3 points off City, like you said.
8 points off Arsenal, who are top.
And Arsenal, but they've done a madness.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not surprised the gap's that gap.
No, but that's for.
So whether Liverpool and Chelsea, I never thought they would do I don't think they would have done what Arsenal are doing right now, even if they're having a good season. So I would have been there or thereabouts regardless. So I'm not looking too much into that one.
What would you like to see the team do differently in the second half of the season?
To be fair, what I want them to do, I don't know if they've got the facilities to do it. So like,
They ain't got the minerals.
yeah, I don't know if they've
We're
got
not there yet. We're still not
yeah, I still don't think like I want wingers that are gonna take on the fullbacks. Like I feel like that's the next step, and I really like what Ten Hag's doing. I like how he speaks. I like what he's doing with the team here. But there's one thing that's very confusing about him, which is that he keeps going on about how like Garnacho is so good because he takes on a player 1v1. But why do you keep looking at wingers that don't take on players 1v1 then if you love it so much? Like I saw
Have you got more to say then? Is there...
Listen.
Listen.
I saw Pelistri in the was it Carabao? Was it FA or Carabao? One of the two. Carabao. Yeah. And he looked like what he was the same thing of what he was doing during the World Cup, which is that he's taking on his fullback constantly.
Yeah.
And okay, cool. We've not got money right now. The club's moving broke. That's fine.
Bruh.
But like, why can't we use facilities that we've got in house in terms of we've got people within house that can take a player on, and I feel like that's the only way we go forward now. Like we take the next step, which is that we have, like you see it with some other teams, not that many, but you see it with a couple other teams that like you're scared when their wingers start coming towards you, and we need to get that aspect. Right now, it's very comfortable with our wingers.
I agree. I actually agree with you. And you see what it is, like people confuse, the fact that I was backing Anthony, for trying to like say that he's doing what's expected of him. Does that make sense? So it's like I said it. Does he take on his man enough? No, he does not. Not nowhere near enough for me.
Yeah.
Does he do stupid things on the ball? He always does. But I genuinely believe Ten Hag got him I genuinely believe that what we're seeing now is nothing compared to what he can produce. And I'm just genuinely willing to give him that time. Do you know what I mean? And it will come a time where I'm reviewing it and it's like, is anything changed?
Yeah.
And it's serious conversations will have to had been had. But for now, I feel like because we're winning, and because he's still chipping in here and there with goals, it's not something that I want to hammer home on. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't know what you think in regards to that.
I tend to be patient, irrespective of.
You weren't patient with McTominay.
That's that guy, man.
Yeah, when I speak about McTominay, nightmares.
Listen,
nightmares for Moyo.
There tends to be patience in it because you're just like, okay, cool, give man the benefit of the doubt. But if we're just gonna talk solely on his performances and what he should be doing better and whatnot, it's not. And then you spend that kind of money. I don't always look at the money because he didn't say, "Oh, buy me for 90 million." You get it? We had to pay Ajax. That's the only thing Ajax were gonna accept. So I don't really look at that either. But if we're gonna talk on his actual performances and that's it, there's even on Wednesday there was
worst game.
There was times
worst game for me.
That
was the worst game.
There was times where we're on the counter and he's gone, and he'll just stop.
Slow it down.
So don't get me wrong. There's positive. I also see some positives in certain, but for an £86 million winger, those are not the positives I want. Do you get it? So there is positives. He's young. But he's also a player like Sancho where I feel like he needs a better team around him because he's not that kind of Garnacho, Rashford, get your fullback and beat him. So I feel like, the Sanchos, the Pogbas, like when the team's not there yet, they might not pull up trees. But when the team's maybe there, competing, and there's no real weaknesses, I think that's when you see the real them in it. So
the one thing I'll say on that also is, we know about Wan-Bissaka's credentials when it comes to overlapping, even underlapping, which Ten Hag wants to be doing.
Yeah,
we know about Wan-Bissaka ain't the best in that aspect. Has Anthony had the run of games with a fullback to learn how they play? Listen, not a lot of people will touch on these things, but it's things to bear in mind. Do you know what I mean? Because it all has an effect, especially when you're one game is Wan-Bissaka, one game is Dalot, one game is this, one game is that, and that's what it has been this season. Do you know what I'm saying? Even there was a time he was injured. Do you know what I mean? So like, listen, we'll see on that aspect, but I think he's gonna come good. I genuinely do, because I saw the way he played. Like, obviously it's a different league, yeah, but no, not even that. I saw how he played for Ajax, and he was taking on these man, and he was even in a Champions League. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
So
if anything, that's more like I think that's what annoys me more.
Yeah.
Because every now and again he does it, and then it's like, so why don't you just do it?
Yeah.
more often?
I remember
Yeah.
Spurs
Huh.
at
Yeah,
home.
yeah. He was ripping her.
And
Yeah.
then you're like, okay.
Even against Croatia
Yeah.
You
in
can,
the World Cup, he was nutsing man left, right, centre. He was dropping his shoulders off. So listen,
and he's fast. He's
Yeah.
faster. He's
yeah,
faster than you think.
yeah,
So,
bro, he is.
Yeah,
but-
and it's annoying, especially on Wednesday, because you get counters. We're under transition, and there's spaces to attack into, and he just stops. So it's frustrating. But 22, listen, it is what it is. Not every player can come in and just do a madness. So, like I said, I'm willing to give man the benefit of the doubt, but obviously 6 months becomes 8 months, becomes 12 months, becomes the new season. Apparently he wants a number 7 and that you get what I'm saying.
On that one.
No, but then if he gets it now, that's an extra
Bigger
layer.
weight. Bigger
That's
weight.
an extra layer, and now you have to perform
I
because
think
now
they should burn that shirt. To be honest, I think
exactly.
they should retire the shirt.
You think?
Yes, it's enough.
Fairs.
And then it becomes 2 years, and then you're like, ooh, it's
What we
long.
saying for strengths of the team? So that's like overall. What would you think? What would you say is the biggest strength that you've seen this season?
It's a good question, to be honest. I feel like now, this season, we worked the ball into the final third a lot quicker than we have in like the last 18 months. I feel like it was something I saw a lot in like 2017, 18 was it? Maybe it was like 2018ish. We used to work the ball into like the final third quite quickly. And I feel like this year we've kind of gotten back to it. And I don't know, I feel like a lot of that is probably due to Casemiro probably like either getting and releasing the ball or like the fact that the structure is a lot better now. I feel like it's probably a hybrid between the two. But yeah, I'd probably say that's the thing I like the most now. Like we're giving it to the dangerous person now quicker.
Yeah, fairs.
I'd say in terms of the just like we just do. Don't get me wrong, Elise scored but for me, I was there thinking, I didn't see us conceding. So it's like, even against City, when I go back to basics, it's like before they would have scored and it would have been 2-0, 3-0, but we stayed in the game. We got a goal that might have been offside, not offside. And then you're like, okay, we've got 10 minutes to win it now. Do you get it? And that would have never happened. So just that, we're just so much more solid defensively, going forward as well. It might be 30 minutes gone and we've not created nothing. But out of nothing, we just got
Wolves.
boom.
Wolves.
Do you get it?
Rashford.
We'll always break that back line.
Yeah.
So, one way or another. And there was times where all the way back to Van Gaal, we could have played for days on end and would not have scored.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
And last season, we just didn't create any finish, like whatever. So the fundamentals, I think, are spot on at the minute in terms of just like I said, the basics, going forward, going the other way. Even De Gea, like he can't play out. I remember the Brentford game was a shocker, innit? I've gone to the Liverpool game and he was just ballooning everything. Like he was just hoofing it now. He wasn't playing, and that he doesn't want his keeper to be doing that. But the fact that he's got De Gea in goal, he can't change it. He's gone, alright, cool.
How am I gonna play to your strength?
You get it? You're gonna hoof it.
Deep
Because some managers will say, nah, bro, keep playing. And don't get me wrong, over time, De Gea, you can see he's playing out the back. He's tried some risky passes, but still, even against City, hoofing everything. So, and then that's what cost us the goal. So it's not all positive because he cost us. Well, it didn't cost us, but
He cost us.
yeah, do you get it? He's ballooned the ball when maybe another keeper wouldn't have. It's transitioned back over. We can see the free kick they've scored. So, but stuff like that, just the fundamentals, the basics.
Yeah.
I think spot on, really.
I think the togetherness. I think that's the strongest thing that like I've seen this season. That in past seasons, like under Ollie when we were doing that little time charge, the Sheffield United game when they were all together.
God,
That was the last time. That's when I had that feeling where I was like, yeah, everyone is really like playing for each
Locked
other.
in.
Everyone's really locked in. So, and you could see it even against Palace. Everyone's in a huddle. It's just them things. You see Arsenal doing it because they're further ahead of their development and whatever. But you see that togetherness in a team. You see even Xhaka, they're not doing it for the cameras. That's live all.
And sorry to cut off. And yeah, off the field. But I mean, I feel like the connections, the relationships while we're playing as well, in terms of
People
Varane
speaking
and
to each other.
Martinez. De Gea might not be the keeper moving forward, but them three, you can tell they just love each other and they love playing with each
Dallo
other.
as well when
Yeah.
he's in.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
Shaw and Rashford on that left-hand
Yeah.
side. Casemiro and Eriksen have struck a little
Bruno.
something.
Yeah.
And then if
With
Eriksen's
everyone.
not playing, Fred comes in with
Yeah.
Cassie. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
even playing-wise, Martial and Rashford. So you get little things like that as well. It's like, because a lot of the time, it will be Varane and Maguire, and it would not correlate.
Yeah, they ain't chatting to each other.
It wouldn't make sense, and stuff like Wednesday, because we're still not there yet. Like Wan-Bissaka and Anthony, for example, or
Yeah.
McTominay and Eriksen it worked at the start of the season, but eventually it would have broke down. So, Weghorst in that sense might be Rashford and Weghorst might not work that same way as. So there's still ways to
Martial
go.
and Rashford.
But
got that
I mean, in
connection.
terms of our best 11, I feel like there's relationships all over the field. So
Yeah, I agree.
What are you lot saying for weaknesses? What's the biggest weakness? Because we're doing well.
I think we'll have the same answer. If I'm,
Yeah, you know.
unless you
It'll
have
probably
something
be-
outside
Wait,
the
I want to
box,
hear
innit?
Moyo first.
Unless you have something,
But you will agree with. I reckon you will agree.
Biggest weakness.
Yeah.
I still feel like we're not clinical enough as a forward line. That's probably my thing. I feel like we create half opportunities, and then it requires like clinicalness. And I feel like no one in the front line, Rashford, but recently yes, but other than that, it looks like we're gonna have to create a lot just to score like 2 goals.
2-3
Yeah.
goals. Yeah.
You know, man. It's David De Gea.
We're not gonna be free from him, you know.
No, we will.
We're not. I'm telling you now, we're not.
We
like
will. We
we're
will.
not.
I'm telling you. You already see us sounding out other keepers and things like that.
And that's why you're also now hearing stuff like, oh yeah, I'm willing to take a pay cut. Listen, he has a way of like, he keeps saying he wants to see out his career here. What you think he wants to see his career out on the
I
bench?
hear it.
So
I'm
you saying he
worried.
wants a
That's
testimonial?
my biggest worry. That's my biggest worry in terms of the three positions I think that need most. And you've said going forward, and you've said keeper. But for me, it's still in the center of the park.
I agree though, because the fact that look at the uproar that we saw, yeah, like when Casemiro got that yellow, yeah. Number one,
Bruno
Sky
was
Sports
crying.
clipped it. Bruno looked like he was in tears. So when Ten Hag, they planted Ten Hag on the bench, he was shaking. He said everyone was like in disarray. I know
And I
Fred and
was
McTominay are
yeah.
thinking we've never had this emotion when like,
Keep
we've
it.
missed the game.
Bruno actually went up to him like,
Why, man?
It was like we're in school. I was
Leave
laughing
it,
so
I was-
much. The next
bro.
morning when I've calmed down now,
Bro.
it was like we were in school.
Yeah,
Our
it
best
was
players
crazy.
not playing. Do you
crazy,
get?
crazy.
And I was there on Wednesday, and honestly, that's all everyone was talking about. Was that stupid yellow card?
Yeah.
Even,
And he will go close to a player, and you could hear everyone going,
Like,
"Hey,
relax,
chill,
relax,
chill,
relax,
chill."
chill,
You
chill,
get?
chill.
I kept
And
thinking,
then-
take him off. Like we got to 70
Yeah,
minutes. I was
I
like,
hear
take
it,
him
I
off.
hear
man,
it.
Take him
Yeah.
off.
And maybe in hindsight,
He will.
he should have gone McFred in that too when he took him off. But when he did finally get the yellow, I swear to you, the reaction was much worse to when we conceded.
Yeah, I think. I
So when we
genuinely think they
conceded the
lost their
goal,
heads.
yeah, when we conceded the goal, everyone around me, it was much worse when Cassie got the yellow.
That's
and
mad.
and that goes to show. I think I mentioned it, but that goes to show how far we've still. That a yellow can be so devastating.
Yeah.
to a
Every time
team.
I watch United, like in like recent, maybe like the past couple of weeks, I've just been like, we're literally we're 2 injuries away from like Casemiro and Rashford injuries. We're 2
100%.
injuries away from looking like Aston Villa right now. Like even in.
And they both went down against City, and I swear to you.
I screamed. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like,
Did you
Yeah.
see the Casemiro
Yeah,
one?
yeah.
I feel like no one saw it.
I said, please,
When?
please.
That's what I mean, bro. I said
It
right
was,
at the
it
end,
was so minor, but it was at the end.
and he was holding his knee, screaming. I said, yeah.
Swear.
Yeah, I was like,
What,
no.
but after the goal? Before?
Yeah, we were winning.
Yeah, by that point it was already 2-1.
It was 2-1.
Okay, no.
And man was screaming, holding his knee. I said, yeah. And then when Rashford went down, and
Yeah, Rashford
I was
won.
like, yeah.
When he came back out of the tunnel, it felt like the Undertaker
Yeah.
arising.
And then
I
it was
like,
Martial
yo,
coming off. I was like, shocked.
deep it. Hey, I don't want to get onto that guy.
We're pretty much not allowed injuries right now.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's the stage we're at, which is not.
Literally. And
it's
we've got the most games.
Yeah.
So
Like,
it's like
Ten Hag wasn't even allowed to fully enforce his punishment on Rashford because we needed him. So for the betterment of the game, like
Yeah.
for the team, he was like, you have to come on.
it was like, I'll show you. You're not
Yeah,
starting.
but in an
Ideally, I
ideal
wouldn't want
world,
you in the
yeah,
squad.
exactly.
Yeah. Do you get it? And no, but yeah, for me, centre mid in terms of like, yeah, we've got Casse there, but we still have to play City and go. Okay, we need to get Fred in there with Eriksen and with thing. And at the start of the season, I remember we went to Stamford Bridge, and don't get me wrong, I've Eriksen. I really like him and stuff. Yeah, and we went Stamford Bridge, and I was watching with my mate, and we was talking about stuff we've not experienced before. Not experienced before, but not recently. And the way Casemiro and Eriksen were popping it, I was like, oh my day.
The
And it was just
1-2s,
so
the
basic.
triangle.
And I was thinking, I've never seen this in my life.
Yeah.
And then, but obviously as time's gone on, Eriksen needs replacing.
Yeah.
Ideally for me it would have been this window, but obviously with no money.
He's not got any.
So you
no
saying
tools.
that?
I think that's number one priority.
So you saying that then? Can we be title challengers next season?
No, because do you know what it is? The only reason why I'm saying no, but I feel like we'll run them like this one is like a half-hearted. Like people are trying to include us, but we're not actually.
Like I think we're even surprised we're there.
Yeah.
Like when we beat City, I think the players realise like, raw.
We're not
like,
actually that
we're
far off.
close.
Like, but I feel like next season will be the time to like solidify the squad. Hopefully that we'll have.
Hopefully.
Like we're gonna
New
have
owners.
to bring in. Yeah, it'll be new owners. Hopefully. Like a couple new additions, and then it'll be a case of okay, let's solidify this, and then the next season I'd say is when we have to say that's the one.
Because honestly, I was horrified. Even now, the McTominay's performance on midweek, Fred's performance midweek, and I'm thinking, we're talking about the hair. I'm thinking, when am I gonna get freed of these two?
Listen, there's rumours that he might be going Newcastle, so they might be doing us a favour.
Listen, the problem is though, if Newcastle only want him now because the options are limited. Once he gets to someone, they've got the pick of everyone in the world. They're not going to be calling for McTominay anymore.
No,
but the problem is, United aren't going to sell McTominay now because we have no money. So, like, and we're not going to get a replacement.
It's just so draining. Like, you're having a poor performance midweeks, like night game is freezing, and you see McTominay coming on, then you see Fred coming on, and then we're relying on an 18-year-old kid to come on because Anthony and Rashford weren't up to the standard. So it's like, yeah, we got a good team and now I was speaking, some Arsenal season ticket holder, and he said, I'm worried about Sunday. And I said, yeah, that's cool. But I was telling him now it's McFred, a smash and grab. Like that for me is on Sunday.
Yeah.
Unless my man has other ideas in terms of, we played McTominay and Eriksen in the home tie. Let's do it again.
Yeah. With Partey now as well.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
No, I think he's gonna play Bruno on the right, and he's gonna play Fred and McTominay.
I think he should.
He's gonna play Bruno on the right, and he's gonna, in my opinion, he's gonna do what we kind of done.
I wouldn't play Eriksen.
I wouldn't play Eriksen either, to be honest.
I think
I'll play Garnacho.
I think he's gonna do what we kind of done against City. So
no, fair enough.
Narrow the midfield. They can't get the ball through to the wingers.
But the only problem is though, if we play Bruno on the right. That's what Zinchenko wants. That's even optimal for Zinchenko. We need an actual winger there, I think.
And irrelevant of Zinchenko, I think that minimises my man's threat in terms of going crazy and
No.
And
I believe Zinchenko moving in creates that space on the other flank for Rashford. So Bruno putting it in to the channels for Rashford. We'll see though. It'll be interesting, man.
If I was gonna drop someone,
in them games where we're playing counter, like for me, that's our game plan tomorrow, innit?
Yeah.
So it's like I want Bruno in the middle of the park, so he
Same.
picks up the ball and then Bosch. We got Garnacho, and I'd go Rashford, Anthony, Garnacho. If I'm being like literally, just bro, we got get McFred in front of them two, man, and go. Do you get? No,
Please,
I agree with
respectfully,
you.
I'm
I
not
agree
trying
with
to
you.
see- I'm
It's
not
gonna
trying
be
to see
techie
Vegas,
still.
I
and
agree
I'm
with
not
you. It was
trying-
funny.
Palace
I
was
love the
okay.
guy, but
Palace was okay,
I
innit?
know
But
that.
if we're, you know,
Yeah, I
I'm
think it's
trying
too
to
far.
say.
He can play against Forest.
No,
That's
literally.
the next time I want to see him. I'm not gonna lie.
Literally, and
So what
but
you
no,
saying?
but yeah.
Let's get these quick fire questions in. There
Thank
you
you very
go.
much.
I want two names. Two names.
Mm.
Most surprising names of the season. It can be positive. It can be negative. So player wise,
Most surprising, yeah.
yeah, in a negative. So one for a negative light, one in a positive light.
The positive was cool.
The negative.
I'd be surprised if we don't have the same answers for negative. We move.
It has to be in it.
Look at him. I gave him a little. You see, he always needs a little prompt. You're a joker.
Who am I putting as my negative?
How long are we taking though?
Okay, I'll be quick.
No, I'm
No,
saying
that's calm.
for
I'll
all
stop
of
it,
them.
yeah.
For all of them.
30 seconds max. We'll just. This is a starter, isn't it?
I'm trying to look behind to see my answers. You're actually a tramp. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna do that. You're a joker. Cool.
3, 2, 1.
Who did you put?
Dallo for positive.
Oh, Dallas, who I actually should have put.
Dallo for positive. And obviously Sancho for negative.
Yeah.
I put Dallo for positive because he's just, yeah.
He's got history in it. He went.
Yeah.
When Danjuma's at Everton
Oh
now.
my
Literally,
God. I remember that. The
We were,
Villarreal
there,
game.
we were there in the flesh, yeah. We were,
That's the day I said he's done. Actually.
Yeah,
No, genuinely.
I think all of us said that.
He's
Bro.
done.
Literally.
Quickly, why'd you put the here?
Genuinely, he's done a million times better than I thought he would. I remember in the instant reaction, I said he's gonna want the one to let us down.
I remember that.
Why'd you
said
put?
that.
And I made it clear.
Why'd you put Shaw?
I feel like he came back from being dropped after the first few
Fair
games
enough, yeah.
really well.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's been more switched on this season. I feel like that's my thing that annoys me with Shaw. I feel like he decides when he wants to be good and when he wants to be crap.
But
Yeah.
I think he's
Yeah.
a better centre back.
Look, I didn't want to say it because I actually like I like Martinez a lot, but
Yeah, I think
It was
I
a
think he's a
nice-
better centre half than
I
left
think-
back.
but the problem is he's also a better left back than Malacia. So that's where
You
the
get-
second.
yeah,
If we
yeah,
actually had a good
conundrum.
left back,
You got to find there's the
Yeah.
balance in it. But even on Wednesday at left back, I'm just like, it's the same old frustrations. I'm like, bro,
Get
get
forward.
it, bro.
Get
Support your man.
forward.
It was the only time I saw him burst was when they
and
equalised.
Yeah.
Even
Was when they equalised, and I'm like, bro. And I'll be honest, I think we still need a left back. I think
I
with
think we
Shaw
do.
we can get by,
yeah.
but I think we need a left back. And maybe that's I don't like him necessarily, but I think that's my opinion, innit? So
I get it.
interesting.
I've still not forgiven him.
Fairs.
Dallas is a good option there. Dallas, who was my alternative.
Most underperforming. Most underperforming. Can be the same answer. Can be someone who.
That was a short name.
Go.
Okay.
Oh, full house.
Full
Swear
house.
down.
Oh,
Yes, we were self-explanatory, innit? We've already
Yeah.
gone into it.
Fair enough. I didn't expect you to write that one still.
No, bro, I'm a realist, bro. Doesn't mean that I don't think he's.
Yeah.
I think he's still quality, but from what he's doing now,
it's not enough.
it's not anything close
No,
to what
fair
I know
enough,
he
fair
can do.
enough.
So we move.
And to the third. We done this in the instant reaction. Who do you think is going to let us down in the second half of the season? And when I say let us down, I mean in terms of... Because we might still get top 4 and we might win a trophy. And those might be our targets. But in certain games... And if we weren't to make top 4, if we weren't to make a pot...
I know who's picking.
who might be that person that you think is going to let us down?
I don't even need to see your card to know.
Oh, you know it, yeah?
Yeah. But for me, I still have nightmares.
3, 2, 1, go.
it was close between.
Yeah.
Fair enough, though. That's a good one.
Yeah.
His fitness is in the
It's
pits of
It's
hell.
ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
His fitness.
I thought like, you remember in pre-season, after pre-season, we were all talking about like, oh no, he's looking good, he's looking sharp, he's looking.
Yeah, like,
he's got problems. His legs.
For me,
and
it was
joints.
I don't know what happened in the World Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shouldn't you have come back with a...
He's actually pissing me off right now.
No,
I'm not
same.
gonna lie.
Bro,
No,
but before the World Cup, he was looking so
sharp.
Yeah, he's got problems.
I
Genuinely.
don't know, like, bro, yeah.
He's joints.
Ten Hag said he was begging to play against City.
He's just shut up as well. 'Cause
And
right
it's
now,
so jarring, it's so annoying, because we play better with him.
Of
Yeah.
course
So
we
imagine,
do.
no, but
that's why it's annoying for Ten Hag.
That's
as
why.
well.
That's why I
But
say
on
this
Saturday-
conundrum with Anthony, because if you had Rashford, Martial, Anthony, Dalot, bro, it's a different. It's just different. It's just different.
My thing is, how can you expect? I know he gets annoyed when we buy strikers and stuff, but like,
No, he
how do you
can't
want a
expect
team
anything
to,
else.
No,
He
now
can't
I think
expect anything else.
he understands now. Because before, do you remember when, like, for example, the year that we bought Sanchez and all these people,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Ibra took his number 9. He was thinking, what's going on? But now
You've got Weghorst behind you.
he's a mess. I'm not gonna lie, like, and he's the reason that we can't even we're even thinking of saying, oh, we're not trying to. From when we're saying we're not trying to play the striker we bought. Bearing in mind we need a striker. You know that we're in the pits right now.
Yeah.
Like we are in the trenches.
Genuinely.
times.
That's a good one still, and it's annoying because, like I said, we play better with him, but and he was shocking on Saturday.
Yeah,
and we
but
still
he-
played
but we
better
still
with
played
him.
a lot
Do you
better
get
with
it? Do you
him.
get
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
And he
yeah.
was shocking. So imagine he just raised his level just even 20%.
What are you saying? Why Ericsson?
I just think, I think he's got a problem in midfield.
Yeah.
I think he's realised we've got a problem in midfield,
big one.
unfortunately. And it's like, I was interested to see what he would do on the weekend. If Casemiro wasn't suspended, I think he would have gone the same team. But I think that's ideally, he doesn't want to necessarily do that, innit?
Yeah.
So the fact that he doesn't want to do something, in my opinion, I think that's a dilemma still. So, yeah.
He doesn't win any duels pretty much. He's winning no duels. So he's having to bring he's having to bring on like Fred or use Fred to win the duels.
Yeah.
But he knows that he's foregoing the creative element that
100%.
Ericsson brings.
100.
You see what it is, yeah? I even on the ball though.
Yeah, I still don't think.
I think he doesn't, like, don't get me wrong, like, he gets the ball and it will be a good ball and it will be, but when he's on the ball, I see a number 10
Same.
because he doesn't. It's not the recycling thing. It's not. He
Remember
wants.
the conversation we had, Moyo,
Yes.
and I knew you was gonna revisit it. You was telling me we'll see the difference between Ericsson. Listen, they both give away the ball,
Yeah.
and for me, it doesn't still get highlighted the way Ericsson gives away the ball.
No, I agree.
Do you get what I'm saying?
The argument that the saving grace for Ericsson in the like Bruno him situation is that Ericsson can argue, even though it's not a valid argument, but he can argue that but I'm playing out of position. I'm the one that has to play deep, and that I wouldn't lose it as much if I was allowed to just stay near the box and just play these sorts of passes. But my thing is, it doesn't excuse the fact that you're losing the ball in areas that are important.
100%. And for me, bro, I can't remember the game, bro, but it was like him and Bruno were having a match up.
Yeah,
With who can use it the most.
Yeah. I remember that game.
But the thing is with Bruno is like he'll be losing the ball and then bow. We know how it goes, man, with Bruno. Do you get what I'm saying? But with Ericsson, it's not as much. It's not
I
as
prefer
much.
not to.
He's
He'll rip my neck off.
I know you've
No,
got
I
an
don't mind.
obsession.
I don't
with-
mind.
Listen, Bruno, I can agree. No, I can agree that he's cut down some of the madness.
Yeah.
But the madness still lives within him.
Of course, he's
Do
a
you know what I
madman.
mean?
He's a madman, though.
But
That's why I love him.
and that's why I hate him. That is literally why I hate him. Like even in the Palace game, he was pissing me off. Like he scored, yes, and you know what's annoying me? Him and Ericsson had both been pissing me off, and then they combined for the goal. But following that goal, the both of them were absolutely terrible. Both of them were terrible, and in times that we needed to like calm down, they don't know how to calm. Even Ten Hag said it the other day. He was like, sometimes these don't just want to play with so much speed, yeah? How about you wait and then you decide when to use speed and when not?
Deep it.
I think my frustration is also the same with Martial, is that we play better with him.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it doesn't matter how shockingly bad. Up until I don't know who was before City, but I was counting, and I don't like talking on him because I like the guys as a person. I like him, so I think it was City or maybe the game before. Every game after the World Cup, he was so bad, and I I was like, but we play better with him off the ball. It's better, so it's like you kind of have to deal with it, kind of thing. But he's improved, obviously, over the last few. But yeah,
Do you not remember when he was out of the side?
Yeah, that's the thing.
If I speak, I'm in big
out
trouble.
the side.
The
When he-
problem
when
with
he-
the
when he
team-
Oh no,
was
yeah,
suspended.
that's what I mean. That's
Yeah.
what I mean. Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
long,
God.
it's long.
You look like
It
a
is.
different.
But he sets he does set the tone in terms
Yeah.
of the press or like the energy.
The energy.
Like,
Yeah.
and don't get me wrong, them wild balls and all of that, it will work. Don't get me wrong, like he does it so much. He has
it will
enough.
have to work.
He,
Like, at
he
one
has,
point.
and he has enough quality
Yeah.
that it is gonna work out. Do you get it? So there is times where, and I wouldn't have rather anyone else in the position to score against City and in the position to score against Palace, because I think that's his bread and butter,
It
innit?
is.
So
I like that.
next one, let's go. This one. So who's do you think's had a slow start, and who's gonna have a better second half of the season in comparison to the first? Wan-Bissaka, you think there's a part to play?
I think I was more than content with him going in summer. So and I wasn't gonna spend any
Saying
tears
that
over
now,
him.
yeah,
Like, do you know what I
it's
mean?
mad,
Like,
it's mad.
I wouldn't have been upset about that had he gone. But I feel like now at least don't get me wrong. When we play with him, he doesn't play like Dallo. So like, it's not like it's a like for like. The team plays completely different when Dallo plays as compared to when Wan-Bissaka plays.
Of course, that little inverts.
That's the thing. And because Ten Hag knows Wan-Bissaka can't really,
Yeah.
it's a different game completely.
Yeah.
But what I will say is that like he's at least given himself to be an option. Let's say, like, for example, times like this that Dallo's injured.
I even think for even more defensive games.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
for
yeah.
example, I promise you.
I think we'd have lost.
Yeah.
On Wednesday.
So,
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie, sorry, Dallo's not
I'm
making
talking.
that.
Obviously, the game might have been different because of Dallo. He might have
Yeah,
gone 2-3.
but Dallo's not making the
But in that
tackle at the end
situation,
as well.
yeah,
sorry.
yeah, it's not
That
happening.
is 2-1.
Yeah.
Not happening. But the plus side could be is that if Dallo played, we
Yeah.
might have had a better performance, and it
Yeah.
might have been 2-0.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Also agree.
No, but with Wan-Bissaka though, like genuinely, there's games where I am putting Wan-Bissaka before Dallo purely for defensive nous.
It gives options.
Do you get what I'm saying? And the fact that, bro, you know, managers, even Pep will be out thinking. Remember when he was changing Foden and
Yeah.
when Sterling was at City, he was changing it and change because of Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So, yeah. But for me, my boy,
Fingers crossed.
Sancho.
my brother thought he was injured.
Because at
Because
first they were saying he was ill.
he's the older gen, innit? He doesn't really. He was like, I thought he was injured, and and then I told him he wasn't, and then
gone to the mountains,
he asked
yeah.
me why, and I didn't know what to say. Like I was just telling him like he's had a few issues. Ten Hag's took him out the team. He was in Holland.
Private.
And but then
Personal training camp.
he's looking at me like,
What's going on?
Yeah,
Like-
yeah, do you get it? So I was like, yeah, I didn't know what to say to him really. So yeah, that's probably the most straightforward one in terms of hopes, beliefs.
I hope he does.
So yeah, and mine, it can't get any worse.
The thing is, if he stays fit, which
And
he
if-
won't,
And that's what I mean, but
Yeah,
it can't,
it can't,
I just
yeah.
don't think it can get any worse. And if we need someone, if we want to get top 4, if we want to win a trophy, I think he needs to contribute.
but I don't even know if it's a case of if he needs to not play for a while so that he can actually. I don't know if he's not recovering from the injury prior,
Yeah.
or is it new injury?
Well, I
He needs
think
surgery,
I think maybe he needs a goal. Or
He needs surgery, bro.
He needs more because he scored against Nottingham Forest, yeah, and then since then he's still been shit.
But I feel like it's just like it wasn't a great goal. Like I just feel like with him, it's just such a confidence thing. Like if he beats a man and then bangs it top bins, you're all right, cool. Do you get it? I think now he's awake. So yeah, I wasn't. I've just picked that one because I just think it can't get any worse. And for our season's sake,
Yeah,
I think he needs to wake up still. Who would we bring in the summer? 3 names tops.
Any position.
Any position, just 3 names. Let's say because you'd say that is probably the average you'd bring in a summer, innit? So
This one would be hard for me, man.
2, 1. Go.
Oh, I missed the chip with the keeper.
Yeah.
Fairs.
Enzo Fernandez is a good idea, but that 120.
Nah, that's... Don't you know the big boys are shopping next season? Bellingham, Liverpool probably. You got Chelsea that's going to splash ridiculously on it.
And they still want Enzo.
Yeah, but listen, when you ain't got champs. But yeah, if we get Kane, we win the league.
So we're all
Guardiola
Kane
on
over
tape.
Osimhen.
I was going to put Osimhen, but that's my preferable choice. But I know if we get Kane, ground running, he's got 15 goals in the league in this Spurs side that have been...
I think it's just the perfect age to. It won't be as much as it would have been. I think he's still got a few more years in him and knows the league. It's just a guarantee, innit?
Yeah.
It is just a guarantee. And with these two, I think I was kind of smart with it. But with these two being so much, I think that's probably the only realistic goalkeeper. And he has impressed me.
Mine's Frimpong, because we could get him for 30 M's. Right back option, dynamic, good defensively. And Leverkusen are doing poor right now, so it wouldn't be
And I
hard to get.
see the third one.
Yeah,
Fairs.
To be fair, there's a couple people in Southampton that I would take if
Bella
Kotchap, I would take. I'd take
He's not
Salisu.
even playing.
Deep
That's
it.
I'd take Salisu. I'd take Bella Kotchap. I'd take Levy. I'd take. There's someone else in their team that I'd probably.
Would you take Walker Peters?
I actually think he's a good fullback now. I didn't think he was a good fullback at
Spurs. Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not sure if he raises the level that much.
Yeah.
But I don't think he worsens what we
You better than
have.
You know what I mean, but we move. What's the next one?
Shoes. This is the last one.
Okay.
A rating out of 10 for Ten Hag so far, and a rating out of 10 for what you think it will be at the end of the season. 3, 2, 1.
Wow.
Fairs. And I respect that. And I respect that. Personally, I gave him 8.
I feel harsh now.
I gave him no. Okay, I gave him 8 because I think he's done everything spot on for me. Literally, like, I'm nitpicking, but I just think some substitutions, I think.
Yeah, of course. That's what I mean. Like, you're gonna say things, but with the reason that is because, like I said at the start of the show, I was literally last season was probably the lowest I've ever been.
Yeah.
And after the first 2 games, it was probably the lowest I've ever been. Do you get? After the first 2 games, it probably got lower than what it was last season. So, yeah, I think to even be in the to even it being mentioned about the title, to be in the top 4 so comfortably, to be in a cup semi-final, the way he's shipped Ronaldo, the way he's dealt with Rashford, the way he's dealt with the squad, the signings thus far, I've not really disagreed with. Obviously, we can talk about substitutions and stuff and maybe signings. Should you maybe spent that much on Anthony? Could we have got someone else? But as on the whole, the way he's made me feel, I think I can talk for you, both of you. And I think a top 4 finish
And the trophy.
and a Cara Bobbins
10s.
with
Carrie Bobbins becomes Champions League.
yeah,
Win
literally.
It really does.
With what I expected at the start of the season, I wish I could give him more. So, yeah.
Get your thing as well. I just want to ask one more question, Sanch. What would you say Ten Hag's talent ID? Yeah. What? Because it's you know. What would you say his talent ID is like for as you know so far?
Out of 10.
Yeah, out of 10.
Okay.
Dude, I need a new card.
Three, 2.
Hold on. Okay.
3, 2, 1. Ho. Where's man? 7. I put.
Man gave 2. Fair enough.
Like, He does. He likes bad. I'm telling you now, yeah, he likes bad attackers. I'm even surprised. I think with the Kane one, it's like he can't ignore it. But if he had his way, let's say Kane didn't exist, I'm telling you, we're going to get someone from the slums of God knows where, yeah? But this is not a new thing. His talent ID for forwards has never really been to the taste of anyone else. So, like, even when he wanted Haller, everyone was kind of looking at him like, what do you want there? Like, what, like, but that is his standard. That's the kind of striker he actually likes. But it's the kind of striker I hate. So I don't know if it's like a personal thing. But I don't really like how he, like, I think I saw we were linked with Kudus today. But he hated him at Ajax.
Yeah, he never played him.
He hated him at Ajax. But he's like, I think he thinks he'll be good in the Prem.
I think that's the point I'm going on. I'm going for 5 because I think it's slap bang in the middle thus far from what I can see in terms of like all our signings have been either in the Eredivisie, Dutch. All our links are Dutch Eredivisie. Do you get it? So it's like, and he's been given full control. Martinez, whoo. Do you get it? Casemiro, but what did he want him at initially? So yeah.
But then you've got to also play the other coin. He wanted Gakpo.
Do you get
it? Is he? Then he wanted Gakpo and Felix got Weghorst.
Gakpo don't look good to me, boy.
Do you get it?
Do you get it?
Yeah, 100%. But
but that's why I'm going slap bang down the middle, innit?
No, because you said full control, but he's still not getting his first choice.
Yeah.
No. I mean full control as in like he's deciding what like.
But the final say in terms of like is probably down to him.
Yeah. So he's deciding if he could have got Gakpo if he had the money, I think he would have got him.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. So
that's why I think it would have been a 5.
So Weghorst, we might not have seen the sight of him. Do you get what I'm saying?
No,
if we weren't so brass.
Yeah.
But yeah, listen, Moyo, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
It's been an amazing show.
Thanks for having me.
Amazing. Feel free to always come on, man.
I will.
Always welcome.
Bruno, until Bruno's gone, we need to.
Listen.
We'll get it drilled in
He's gonna retire.
We'll get it drilled. I just can't wait till we're sitting here again and McToms. With all due respect, but the McToms, the Freds.
Yeah. He'll be a star for West Ham, McTominay.
Literally.
He'll be a star.
So, but it'll come. Literally, we've leaps and bounds since the summer, innit? So, yeah, that's another video on Field of Play TV. Thank you, Moyo. From the bottom of my heart, honestly. Speak for both of us. It's been a pleasure. And, yeah, we'll see how it goes tomorrow. This will be out after that, so God willing, everything goes all right. And, yeah, thank you again. So, yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And we'll see you soon.